Now, Rivers State House of Assembly has begun fresh impeachment proceedings against Governor Simi Nalayi Fubara. These proceedings, which started on Thursday, are based on allegations of misconduct against both the governor and his deputy, Ngozi Ojo. This dramatic move depicts a complex crisis that touches on politics, governance, and has a profoundly real impact on the lives of millions. Are you watching from within Rivers State or outside Rivers States, reacting to this latest political escalation? Are you a concerned citizen from another part of the country analyzing what this means for stability and democratic governance? Maybe you have a strong view on what is happening in Rivers State. Want to have this conversation this morning? You can pick up your phones and call us in. The numbers are displayed on your screen. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. Let's dive right in. Maryam, we have seen the crisis happening in Rivers State. Before we, start taking the calls from our viewers, what is your take with everything that has been going on so far?
This is not the first impeachment. This is the second one. The first one happened, the impeachment attempt happened March last year. That led to his suspension. Absolutely. But then again, we have our first caller
on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, I think we lost that caller. Do well to call us back and share your thoughts. Let's have this conversation. Now, when we look at the crisis in Rivers State, it's not just a normal crisis, but then we have another caller on the line. I think the viewers are
Hello, good morning.
Share their thoughts.
Good morning. I'm Usman Santraki, calling from Jimetayola.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
And good morning, Maimuna Bagudu.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, Usman. He didn't message today.
We're excited. Thank you. We're excited to hear your voice this morning.
Maryam and Maimuna, the real issue in Rivers State is nothing more than egocentric, in the sense that the President Minister of Federal Capital, who is the Department of Nation, is trying to assert his authority over Governor because he was the person who brought him as governor. So for anybody to now propose that any resolution as to the ceasefire of this state is just doesn't know what it's doing. If you can remember, vividly, the president has even waded into the crisis and even declared an emergency rule in Rivers State. All other people, because the minister then is saying that Governor Fubara is removed from office. And he made it clear, just 5 days ago, he made it clear. In spite of the fact that he's not even a member of the ruling party, but he made it clear that Fubara is not going forward as a governor. And it's now left for the leaders of the the political party, and because the governor has already the PDP, is now the APC. If the APC leadership wants to wait into the crisis, they can wait now. But I'm telling you, Maimuna and Maryam, it's just a matter of time. This time around, these people have been impeaching Governor Fubara, and there's nothing rule as until or as the president. We call this one to order. He is the president minister of APC. If not, there is no way that the demand will survive the impeachment process. Thank you. I remember good friend. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Usman Santaraki.
Thank you, Santaraki. Maimuna, according to the founder of the People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong, he said politics is a war without bloodshed.
Absolutely.
And this is exactly what is happening, especially in Rivers State. In the press briefing last week from that Wiki did, he said agreement is agreement. There is a sort of agreement between him and Fubara. But then again, many are criticizing that Wiki, you are the FCT minister. Why did you dump the FCT, go to your successor, and you're just fighting him? So what do you think about
now
this whole thing?
When you look at this crisis, for me, it is not an ordinary battle. It's a battle for power, for control of a state that is economically important.
Exactly.
Because when you look at Rivers State, it is a rich state.
Exactly. Very rich. Of course.
We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in this morning. Good morning.
We're very fine, thank you, Ade. Thank you for calling.
That's good.
What's your take?
At this stage of my life, all I have to do is to tell you the truth. Nigeria, the forgetting evil. What is the politics? What do you call politics? Politics means Maimuna is not straightforward. When you talk of politics, that's how it works. See what is happening in America. They are shooting American citizens being shot, and the president and the vice president are defending him in America. Now let's come back to Nigeria. Everybody is blaming Wiki. How many of us can sponsor somebody in your street? You know, it's a poor person. You say, okay, let me help this family. You don't send one of the child to America. And the first thing the child will do in America is to get in touch with your enemy in Nigeria that they know, that they want to bring them to America. Why will you feel? To be a governor is not a tea party. It's an interest. Politics is about interest. That man is a civil servant, accountant general. And you brought him to be a governor. And they have agreements. And the man breached the agreement. And people are now fighting for Fubara. It's painful. 24 legislators, 24 out of assembly member in Lagos, 24. They impeached the speaker. They said they don't want him. The president brought them to Abuja and retained back the speaker because the speaker is loyal to the president. And they brought back the speaker after 10 years. So when 24 said they don't want him, what is that called? What did the president do in that area? That is interest. Because we want loyalty.
Ade,
now.
Ade,
yes?
Sorry to cut you. You were talking about, yes, Wike said there's an agreement. Is there supposed to be an agreement between a predecessor and a successor? Or, you know...
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Politics is about interest. We spend a lot of money to bring him there. We do a lot of labor, and he promised many people that let him go there as a governor. When he gets there, he will take care of them. But he got there, he abandoned them.
But is he supposed to take care of them as a governor? I thought a governor needs to do his due diligence as expected of him, to the people, not to his predecessor.
Maryam, you are not a politician. You are a journalist. I'm a politician and belong to Labour Party in London. I'm telling you that politics is about interest. The government is supposed to take care of those people. Why did they return Sinka in Lagos back to the place? Because of interest. So when you are not loyal to your grandfather, this is the consequences. While the Supreme Court presents a budget, the Supreme Court presents a budget, and the government is going to present a budget as a whole Nigeria. Okay, now let me tell you this. In Nigeria as today, the speaker of Lagos speaker is representing Agege. The Agege local government chairman is the first born of the speaker. Is that a democracy in Lagos? So both father and son, they represent the same local government. And the speaker, and I'm not blaming Wike for what did Wike do? So Wike is doing the right thing. Let them impeach the governor. Present the budget. You are sending 100,000 to assembly member. 100,000. Is that money? I mean, it's an insult. You didn't pay them their salary. You didn't relate to them. You just blame them useless. And people are saying, well, they will from Fubara. No. I don't need anything from Fubara. I don't need anything from River. I've never been to South in my life. I've never visited the South or South. I've only been to all parts of the North. So I don't even know anywhere in it. So I'm just talking, apart from Southwest, where I came from. So let things be done rightly. Obey the Supreme Court judgment. Present the budget. You can't spend money without appropriation. That's how it works. And politics is about interest. I cannot live and spend my money and you get a position, you will not do something for me. No. It's never done anywhere. That's my own view about this. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Ade, for calling in, excuse me, and sharing your thoughts. I mean, this issue is really interesting because when everyone comes to the table to have a conversation about it and you know, air their view and their opinions about what is going on, just like Ade said, we're not politicians, we're journalists. But then I feel that in the democratic system, you know, things should be done in a more organized way. But then we have another caller.
We have another caller.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Maimuna, Bagudu. Good morning, Maryam, Idris.
Good morning,
Shatima. Good morning, Shatima.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shatima Yakudima calling from Daybreak.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Shatima.
Thank you for calling. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, honestly speaking, as Ade was saying, politics is about interest. It's true. They say in politics, no permanent end until permanent interest. But I want the Nigerian politicians to understand one thing. That interest, if it is your personal interest, sometimes you have to put it aside. Because your personal state interest supersedes the personal interest. If at all you are a progressive politician and you want your state to move forward, well, no, I don't know much about the politics of the River State, but I am appealing to the people of River State. They should think twice. They should not be pursuing the interest of an individual. Let them look at the interest of the state, because the interest of the state supersedes the interest of an individual. So they should think twice. If at all their sitting governor is doing well and is touching the life of the people, let him be continue. They should allow the Wike aside. Wike have done his own. Now he is the minister of Abuja. Let him concentrate in Abuja. Let him do his work there. He should not be stepping into the affairs of the River State. Despite the fact that he is the one that brings this man to power, this does not hold water. It is immaterial. If at all the boy that you bring to power, if at all he is doing well, he is serving the interest of the state, he is moving the state forward. You have to look over your own interest. Because the interest of the state supersedes your own interest. They should allow the sleeping dogs lie. Let them concentrate on what will promote the economic and well-being of the river citizens. You see, these politics will not take us anywhere. That is why we are calling for the House of Senate and House of Reps. They should do all what is reasonable and necessary to give way to this independent candidate. That's what we are looking for in this country. That's what will solve the problem of God Father and God Son. These people, whatever they are doing, they are pursuing their interests. They put the interest of the state aside. And people who have been following them, they are behaving them. Somebody who doesn't care about your well-being, and you have been pursuing him blindly. You are following him blindly. You are giving him your unnecessary support. For what? Look, if now somebody tip you because he come into the politics of power, he give you money, by the time he come, you are the one that will suffer. What we are after is credible people. To rule people, to lead people for business of all. And we are praying and hoping, we are praying for Almighty Allah to intervene and to sanitize the politics of this country for business of all of us. But this thing cannot take us anywhere. A governor and a minister, they have been dragging over issues. They put the population of the state aside just because of their interest. Look, Rivers people, please and please, look at the one who is promoting the interest of the state. Let him go ahead. Thank you so much and happy night.
Thank you,
Thank you very much,
Kudima,
Shatima,
for calling in and joining the conversation. While we're still having this conversation and the phone lines are open, the numbers are also displayed on your screen. You can call us in or you can send in a WhatsApp message. If you are in River State and you understand the dynamics going on between Wike and Fubara and the politics in River State, please do well to call in and join the conversation. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Can you please turn down the audio of your TV set? Thank you.
hello, are you there? We lost the caller.
We lost that caller. Please, as the rule of engagement, before you call in, turn down the audio of your TV set so we can have this conversation clearly. Now, Maryam, back to the conversation that we are having. You know, this tension started when Wike started his thank you tour in December last year down to, you know, the new year. But we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. This is my first time of actually calling.
Oh, that's nice. Welcome.
Yeah, I truly appreciate Trust TV for providing opportunity for people like us to air our opinions and all of that.
What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Okay, my name is Sheikh Mohammed. I'm calling from Gombe.
Right. Thank you for calling. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So it's actually very surprising when you hear people from, you know, other quarters saying the Governor Fubara insulted the members of the House of Assembly by giving them 100,000. I mean, is that part of the mandate of the governor to start taking monies from the government corpus and dashing out to politicians, you know, and to even politicians like those in River State House of Assembly, for goodness sake. So is that money, for example, if it is 100 million that he gave them, you will not even hear anything from them. So does that money part of the budget that, you know, that he actually submitted to them and approved? I mean, this is so very wrong. I know what our politicians think, but I don't know how they think. I mean, this is public funds supposed to be, you know, channeled to do things that will benefit the masses, so that they will, you know, get to see the dividends of democracy. So they only think about themselves. They are so self-centered. I don't know, our politicians in Nigeria, in Africa, they are actually, you know, I don't know, for the lack of words to use, I would say myopic in thinking, self-centeredness, you know, and all sort of things that will only benefit them, but not the public. I mean, it is high time for us to stop this godfatherism, son, whatever, you know, in our politics. And the politics should be sanitized. Let the youth of this country, you know, stand the feet and actually work to get their country back. But the crop of politicians that we have now in Nigeria are nothing but actually embarrassment. Sorry to use this word, but it's actually embarrassing to start hearing things like that coming from, you know, our politicians. So all they care is themselves and their children and nothing more. They don't care about the masses. Let that 100,000 that he actually gave to them, that they rejected, be able to channel, you know, to facilities, you know, where they will have paracetamol, you know, and folic acid and what have you for the pregnant women, you know, in that state. I mean, it's so annoying and disturbing. And when you hear things like that, the kind of rampant that is happening, not only in Rivers, but other states in Nigeria, is actually demoralizing and makes one to begin thinking that are we actually for good, for the, you know, betterment of Nigeria? I mean, our politicians I'm sorry. Let me just stop here. Thank you.
Thank you for calling
Thank you
in
very
and
much.
joining the conversation. Maryam, Rivers is for the River State people. And if you look at what has been going on, it is so clear that it has to do with personal interest. Because certain
it's very evident,
yes,
I mean.
because certain statements that is being made by the FCT minister during his thank you visitor, according to him, to some of those local government areas in Rivers State. But then when you look at those thank you tours, can we even tag them more as a campaign for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the end of the day? But then back to the conversation that we're having. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that.
So you were saying something. I really wanted to cite the key allegations against Fubara for the impeachment proceedings, but finish what you started.
It's more of personal interest, because when you hear certain statements being made by the FCT minister, you get to realize that is more of his own interest than the people of River State. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Please kindly turn down the audio of your TV set.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Julius. I'm calling from Gombe State.
Good morning, Julius.
The issue of Kubara and Mr. Wiki, let's be sincere with myself. Must there be agreement before I become governor with my successor? Or if the agreement cannot favor the people, I should go ahead with obeying the agreement that I wrote with my boss. Even the Wiki, it was somebody that bring him to that power. From his chairmanship to the minister to date, it was somebody that gave him the power. So, and all those people that bring him to become big man, all of them, he fights with them. This is too selfish. That is the plain truth. I love Wiki before, but during this is issues that is happening with Kubara. Kubara is a gentleman. Kubara is trying to help the state. How can I give and make an agreement with you that I cannot please the people of the state? Let's be sincere with ourselves. Wiki is overdoing it. It's overdoing it. That's the plain truth. I love Wiki before, but the guy don't come off my head. Haba, he's overdoing it. Let it be patient and leave Kubara to do well to the state. He has fought with Amechi. Amechi was the one that gave him this seat. I also read something that he fought with, what's his name, the former governor. I've forgotten his name. He fought with him. And let's be sincere, Wiki is overdoing it. Let it be patient and allow Kubara to do his work. And for the State House of Assembly, they are too selfish too. Impeaching.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. I mean, a lot of people have, different perception when it comes to topics like this. But then let's not forget that, we have some WhatsApp messages from our viewers who could not call in. They had sent in their WhatsApp messages to share their thoughts. I'm going to start with the first WhatsApp message from Usman Santuraki. From Jamaica Yola. He says, good morning, Maimuna, Bagudu, and Maryam, Idris, the anchors whose names start with M. Thank you. Excuse me. My take today on the topic of what is happening in River State is that the members of the State House of Assembly who are political targets of the current Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, are bent in impeaching the state governor for Bara before the coming elections in 2027. The brokered by the President Bola Tinubu between the Minister Nyesom Wike and the Governor for Bara, and even the declared emergency rule by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not help matters, as the minister has told the whole world that the Governor for Bara cannot make a second term, notwithstanding the fact that he defected to the ruling party APC. As things stand now, nobody can fathom any amicable resolution of the conflict or problem in River State. Time shall tell. Remain blessed and thank you. Thank you, Usman Santuraki. Maryam?
And then this is coming from Austin Aga from Gombe. He says, the political crisis in River State is really unfortunate. My heart goes to the people of the state who are bearing the brunt of the fight between Wike and Fubara. This is likened to the proverbial saying that when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. Please let them sheath their sword for the sake of peace and prosperity in the state.
All right, we have another WhatsApp message from Jacob Iwoku from Zaki, Biam Ukum local government area of Benue State. It says the political crisis in River State is going on and on just because Fubara is slow and a very kind politician. People like Fubara should not climb to power to become supreme leaders like governors in the state. Whether agreement or not, Fubara is supposed to act like a supreme leader who owns the sovereignty of his state and stop being too kind to Wike. How will you claim to have an agreement with the people's mandate? Can Obasanjo just call Tinubu or any of his predecessors a bad child just because he was a president before them? I think Fubara is being too kind and gentle to Wike. He is in the same APC now with the president and they are politically aligned together. Wike is only dealing with the president as a friend. Governance has nothing to do with friendship but political alignment. Fubara should act like a political leader and stop behaving like a pastor in the church.
And this is coming from Adamu Muhammad Usman, writing from Kafin Hausa, Jigawa State. Says, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Maryam. Please, what of Hawa? We are missing her. Hawa is very fine, thank you. Thank you for checking on her. Well, he says, the issues of River State political brouhaha, I blame both the PDP and the APC since months or years back. Though of PDP, the former Jigawa State Governor, Sule Lamido, has did the needful. Lamido was bold and courageous to ask the PDP to take action on Wike. And Lamido said, if action is not taken on Mr. Wike, he said, he will not attend any function of the party. The PDP, that is a good one. Also for the APC is the Mr. President Tinubu to be blamed. Mr. President is the one supposed to be held responsible for Mr. Wike's excesses since he is working for him. Wike is going too far. Tinubu must call Wike to order, Gaskia. River State is always in the news. He was allowed to be messing up the Nigerian polity. Wike must the governor Fubara do your biddings? Please, Wike, allow your predecessor, Mr. Fubara, to concentrate on doing the needful to your people and your native state for the love of God. This is too much. May Allah rescue and save the Nigerian polity and Nigerian democracy. Thank you, Adamu.
Okay, for our last WhatsApp message before we wrap up the segment, we have a message from Ayuba from Gombe. He says, good morning, presenters. Yes, politics is about interest, but the interest of the state should supersede that of any individual. Wike should know that everybody is brought up by somebody, so he should allow Fubara to breed and let him face the challenges of the Abuja residents, particularly the One Chance syndicates. Thank you, Ayuba from Gombe, for sending in your WhatsApp messages. To everyone who called in this morning to join the conversations on the crisis happening in River State, thank you, and thank you for those as well that sent in their WhatsApp messages.